right, race fans, Ryan Aho here from the One to Go Show, bringing you another installment of the BuyRaceShirts.com One to Go Show Mod 4 Power Rankings. Before we do that, little shout out to Impact Health Sharing. If you're self-employed, if you got employees, if you pay for your own health insurance and you're paying too much, hit me up. I might have something for you. Number's 218-969-1380. I can get you a quote, no obligations, get you some information. See if we can save you some money to put into your race car rather into health insurance. So check that out. Also, BuyRaceShirts.com. They're bringing you the top 10 here in the Mod 4 division. And if you need hats, right? If you need hoodies, you need T-shirts, any apparel, you name it, check out BuyRaceShirts.com. They do a great job for racers, by racers. So the Jordan and the crew down in Montevideo, they're awesome to deal with. So at number 10, Brady Taylor at number 10. 3 races only. Limited schedule, 2 podiums. He does have a win. One of the few drivers out west to keep old Silver Bullet out of victory lane, Dean Larson. So, man, I'd like to see him do that a little bit more. Nothing against Dean Larson, but my goodness, guy, when you're driving that far over there, I want some of them locals to send you pack. That's what I want to see happen. Brady Taylor might be the guy to do that. And let's see if he can make something happen here over the next few weeks. At number 9, Dave Slavic. I think Slovic. Please correct me on that because I don't know this cat, right? But here's what I do know. 6 shows, right? All top 5 in a pair of wins. I think he had a DNF in there too. So this past week he did get a win at North Central. Really good over there. Doesn't matter who comes in to North Central and Brainerd. This guy is always in the conversation. Don't sleep on Slovic here. I think he's going to win a bunch of races here in 23. Number 8, Jeff Kittle out in Casper, Wyoming. A 4th and a 2nd this past week. Pretty solid running up front. Don't get to see a lot of them, but if you look at it, right, he's got always solid finishes. Always in the conversation. Kittle inside the top 10 right now. I put him at 8. At number 7, the XL1, that's Chad Funt. Chad had a solid week. He got a 3rd and a 1st. He won over at the home of the Chicken Shack in Bemidji here this past Sunday. Pair of wins on the season. He's there. But I need to see just a little bit more, Chad. I need to see a little bit more of you to get you up inside that top 5. Seems like you're trending up. Seems like the car's getting a little quicker. So we're going to keep an eye on that XL1, see if maybe we can sneak him into the top 5. At number 6, Bob Holtquist. 3 wins in 12 tries. Kind of a Jekyll and Hyde guy, right? I mean, if you look at old Bob here, this past week, 6th, 3rd, and a 5th. Probably not real happy with that. Not as many podiums as I'd like to see to get him inside the top 5. He's a guy that's going to get a bunch of wins, but he's also going to get a bunch of races outside the top 5. So if you can kind of taper that down just a little bit, get more consistent, he'd be a top 5 guy for sure. Holtquist at number 6. At number 5, Tyler Larson, the 7L limited schedule. Unlike Dad, who races everywhere, right, in a pile of shows, he's only got, I think he's got 6 shows. That's all he's got in so far. 4 podiums, a pair of wins. So 2 wins in 6 shows. Pretty darn good win percentage right there. Head to head, I think he beats Bob Holtquist. I think he's just a step above Bob when they go head to head. Just don't see enough of them. I'd like to see that 7L get more races, and he's fun to watch. At number 4, the TB81, that's Tommy Bowden. So Bowden, another guy, always there. National champ a couple years back, 13 races, over half of the shows on the podium, but only 1 win, right? He's struggling to get there. Looking at this, I mean, I think he's a step up. Barely, just barely a step up from Tyler, but he did score his first win of the year finally at KRA. Of course, that's Tyler Larson, really good at KRA. So when you get your first win and you knock off the kind of the hometown favorite, that's why he's just a step above of the 7L. So Tommy Bowden at number 4. At number 3, Tommy Pagonis. This kid is kind of getting a little sporty here. Kind of fun to watch. 13 shows, 9 of them on the podium. 1 don't even count because he got out on the track late and think he was a lap down before he even started. 3 wins on the year. This week, he won at Greenbush and Princeton, so 2 wins on the week. Super motivated, kind of bouncing around, seeing this kid racing a bunch. Kid, 3 down, 17 to go. Because if you want to win a natty, if you want to be in contention, this next guy is probably going to have 20 by the end of the month. So you got some work to do. But Tommy Pagonis, kind of impressed. Kind of fun to watch this kid. I'm going to put him at number 3 right now. At number 2, little controversial, right? I mean, when a guy has 12 wins on the year, you'd think, oh, he's got to be number 1, but we'll get to that in just a minute. The old silver bullet, Dean Larson from Pennock, Minnesota, 20 shows, 15 podiums, 12 wins. Man, I love you, man, but I'm kind of over this whole driving to Wyoming. I don't know what the story is there, right? I mean, there's all kinds of good racetracks in Minnesota. You don't need to drive 700 miles to go race. I mean, if you want to, hey, more power to you. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But with that said, 3 times as many wins as the next guy. I mean, so he's got to be in the conversation. I just think the next guy is probably just a step up if they go head to head. 2 more wins this past weekend, 1 out at Gillette, 1 at Sheridan. Brady Taylor, Sekenga, I'd like to see you guys maybe send him packing. Have a little something for this 37. But old Dynamite Dean here, I think Dean's going to be a national championship contender. But here's the deal. It's early, right? Without a doubt, he's probably going to get to 20 really quick. That doesn't mean that other drivers can't do the same thing and maybe have a little higher car counts to maybe send him back into the runner-up spot. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. They got some work to do. So let's get into it. Here, your number 1, excuse me, your number 1 driver of the week, brought to you by Dirt Race Central, the official streaming platform of the One to Go show, official streaming platform of Wissota Auto Racing. If you don't have a subscription to Dirt Race Central, you got to get one. I mean, come on, you got to get one. Lots of pay-per-view. You can watch all the races live, but you don't have to. You can get a subscription. You can watch the replays of all of them as well. They do a great job. And at number 1, we got your reigning national champ. We got Dustin Holtquist from St. Cloud, Minnesota. 11 shows, 8 podiums. He's got 4 wins. Yeah, he's got some work to do, right? My advice, Dustin, dude, you're going to win a bunch of races. Season is young. Don't worry about what the 37 or other drivers are doing. You cannot control that. If you want to go back to back and win a national championship, you got to put the blinders on and not worry about what they're doing. Get out there and win some races. It ain't going to take you much. I mean, you got some good hot rods around you here, but I have a full amount of confidence that you can be in the conversation before it's all said and done. There's plenty of racing to be had. Just block out what the 37 is doing, get to work, get some wins. Dustin Holtquist at number 1 right now.